The purpose of this video is to introduce a categorically novel form of currency called chronographic currency. Chronographic simply means measured by time, and it's the simple yet powerful attribute that gives Chrono such incredible potential to unlock unprecedented socioeconomic benefits compared to all the other forms of currency that are currently in existence today. Historically, there's only ever been three types of currency. First, you have commodity backed. These are currencies which are either physically made out of a material with intrinsic value, or they're at least representative of a material with intrinsic value. Think gold and silver coins. The second is fiat backed currencies, where the value is determined by the credit of a centralized governing body. Think US dollar or Robux. And then the third is a cryptocurrency, where, of course, the value of that currency is based on a decentralized public ledger or blockchain. It's great that commodity-backed currencies have intrinsic value. However, because they're tangible, they're very burdensome to transact with. And that's why governing bodies came up with the awesome innovation that is representative currencies, which eventually evolved into what we know today as fiat currencies. Ever since Nixon broke the gold standard in 1971, your dollar bill, while tangible, represents an intangible system of value. Fiat currencies are highly liquid and highly efficient to transact with. But because they lack intrinsic value that commodity-based currencies have, they therefore require total faith in a centralized governing body in order to regulate their value. It has historically not been possible for regulators to keep minimum wages attuned with the cost of living, and has also become normalized for governing bodies to print their own wealth rather than earn it, which proportionally weakens the spending power of every individual that's a part of that economy involuntarily. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized and have the potential to provide an alternative for those that feel they're being exploited by using fiat currencies. However, like fiat currencies, crypto also lacks intrinsic value, and that means either an algorithm or a human being has to arbitrarily define that value. That's what makes crypto so speculative and so volatile. What if it were possible to take all the combined advantages of every currency type and create a new currency, which was decentralized, had all the liquid properties of intangibility, and a universally recognized intrinsic value? That by itself could be enough to revolutionize modern economics. But chronographic currency goes even farther than that. Chronographic currencies offer a fourth property, which no other form of currency offers or ever will be able to offer. That is the property of immutability. The value of chronographic currency is driven as much by the constancy of our solar system as it is the supply and demand of human capital in any given marketplace. Time is money. We've all heard the platitude. Well, the formula for calculating the value of one chrono is very simple. One chrono is the equivalent of 1 hour of unskilled labor. But how does chrono look in the real world? How do you use it? How do you obtain it? And how does it become relevant? Well, if you're watching this video, you are already participating in a chronographic economy. Across every social network, creators are already tirelessly measuring, analyzing, and competing for your time. It may seem as an outsider that some of these creators have uncovered an infinite money glitch, but the reality of what they've uncovered is much simpler. The truth is that your attention, your viewership, and your time are far more valuable than paper and coins. Chrono tokenizes likes and views as a legitimate and transactable form of currency. It also formalizes subscribers as a legitimate form of credit. There are two conditions that need to be met in order for Chrono to be minted. Two entities must have a Chrono wallet linked to their respective social accounts. One entity, the consumer, must view and like the content of another entity, the creator. As a result, the sum of Chrono is automatically minted equal to the exact time the consumer has viewed the creator's content. Keep in mind that this is not how Chrono is spent, but rather how Chrono is created. This is why anyone, even if their wallet is empty, can effectively give Chrono. Like many things in life, all you have to give is your time. Rather than using frivolous mining practices, The minting of chronographic currency is a crowdsourced endeavor, and it's able to utilize all the policing systems we've already implemented to minimize bots, fake likes, fake followers, fake views across all of our social networks. But when it comes to spending Chrono, just like all forms of digital currency, there's no limitations to how you can transact. As one simple example, creators may choose to designate content to reciprocate Chrono back to individual consumers as a way to incentivize engagement and growth for their channel. The only difference between traditional advertising and reciprocating content is that the first attempts to make you participate by force. With reciprocating content, consumers are compensated and incentivized for every second they view a sponsored message, as they should be. That means far more sponsored content will actually be viewed and engaged with. Everyone wins. What about Chrono as a framework for a conditional UBI where nonprofits, governments, and industry partners are able to amplify reciprocating incentives attached to educational content related to a particular sector in order to help minors and unemployed citizens prepare themselves for the workforce? And because of Chrono's immutable properties, it self regulates and scales infinitely proportional to the availability of human capital. This includes the free time we create with technological and medical advancements, as well as something like a huge population surge that could result from multiplanetary growth. But of everything that I just ranted about, the thing that excites me the most, the thing that I love the most about Chrono, is that it promotes a philosophy and an economy of collaboration over competition. With Chrono, we're all in this together. Modern currencies were created to define the value of human capital, but with Chrono, human capital defines the value of currency. This video was only a very brief window into the new and exciting world of chronographic currency. If you want to get involved, you can sign up on our website to be one of the first to receive a 100% free Chrono wallet. You can also go to our Discord to talk to me or other founders, or you can follow any of these channels to stay tuned for our upcoming white paper, Chrono, Chronographic Currency and the Rise of Decentralized Nations. Your sub and your viewership are more valuable to us than any amount of gold or any amount of money. Just by watching this video, you've done more than you can possibly imagine in bringing Chrono to life. Thank you so much for your support.